Well, here he is around noon. In order to get him to actually show up here, housing has to be level 1 in order for him to want to immigrate here. But we found him. People in Colony 6 are a bit different from people in Colony 9. Everyone's so positive, sincere, and hardworking. I wasn't that keen on the people back in Colony 9.
Hello.
Everyone here's decided to make a fresh start in life. I could learn a thing or two from these tough-minded Colony 6 folk. I'm never going back to being that junk-selling fool you knew before.
Hello.
You could put on a shirt, though. Apparently, he doesn't have any affinity with anybody here just yet. But we have some work to do. We have the Collectopaedia to look at. So, let's look at all the places that we've been that I haven't actually finished yet. So, obviously, Colony 6. We still need... We still need the serious anemone. Either way, let's head back to... Oh, got all that done already. Let's head to the Ether Mine, which I don't have fully completed, unfortunately. But let's take a look at what I do have. I do have the light bat. I only need one of these, but... if you're short, just the entrance, like the drainage tunnel, is the best place to find these. But I have 5. You only need 1. Emits light from its body. Why does it do this? Who knows? Then we have the black frog. We found quite a few of these. I don't really have a location for the black frog. They're just kind of all throughout the Ether Mine. Unfortunately, I don't have a specific spot for them. Darker than the darkest cave. Rarely moves, so it looks like a stone. Then we have the yellow cat. I only need 1 of these. These you can find best at Glowmoss Lake. So there's that. We'll put the yellow cat down. I only need 1. And we've completed the category. And for that we get back attack +2. Could be very useful on Shulk, that one. We'll have to see what the actual numbers are though. Yellow cat, also known as the Golden Lightning, has smooth lemon yellow paw pads. Next up we have the black beetle. I do need 3 of these. I have 6. These are best found in test pits 1 and 3. Has a sheen-like black metal. Kids love it because it looks so cool. Then we have the rubber mantis. Only need 1 of these. Once again though, test pits 1 and 3. I only have the 1. But it's the only one I need, so sounds good to me. Actually, I would love more of these. These are a really good gift for a character that we don't have yet, but I only have the 1. An elastic mantis that will attack with its pincers. Doesn't hurt, though. I will say that the yellow cat, a very good gift for Rhine, and we'll probably be doing that at some point. All right, next up, mystery firefly. These are best found in Test Pit 4. We only need 1. I have 10. But there's that category done. And we get Bleed Defense 3, not that it matters too much for me. The Mystery Firefly, also called Sing Tings. Its discoverer thought she was seeing things. Next up we have Charcoal Legs. I do need 5 of these. And I have 5, which is good because the easiest way to get charcoal legs is from a trade that is not available to us yet. So when that does open up, I'll try to remember to go over that. But yeah, we're not going to need those for a while, the other ones. So hopefully that trade will be opened up by then. Let's put the charcoal leg down. A soft root blackened from ether mine soot and machine smoke. Next up is the ether pebble. I only need 1, and I have 9. Once again, this is easily gotten through a trade that is simply not available to us and will not be available for a long time. But you only need the 1, and as you can see, they're quite common, so I wouldn't worry too much about it. Solidified gravelly lumps of ether. The texture is too fine to be useful. Next up we have rumble coal. I do need 3 of these. I have 4, best found at Glowmoss Lake. And we've completed another category. And we get a recovery up 2 gem as a result. Rumble coal, golden charcoal that can be struck to make captivating musical tones. Now unfortunately I do not have a black chip, and I'm gonna have to run around to get those. They're not available in a trade, but I should have plenty of ready coils. I only need 3. I have 4. If you are short, Olga here in Colony 6 will trade them with a 1-star affinity, so should be relatively easy to get. Drop the ready coil though. A coil wound with red wire. You can make a fun gadget with it. Then we have the love crane. I'm going to need 4 of these. I have exactly 4. Once again, Glow Moss Lake is your best bet for these. Charlotte named this as she saw it, golden color and moves prettily. I haven't seen the word prettily in a while. I believe that is actually a word though. Fire Abrin, I only need 1. So I got plenty. I've been trading these away if I remember correctly. But if you are short, the storage depot in the Ether Mine's your best spot for it. And we have completed the category. As a result, we get Muscle Up 2. That could be quite good. I'm still using the Muscle Ups on Rhine in particular. Charlotte named this deep red statue of an unknown subject. That's the Fire Abrin. Alright, so I'm going to have to run around the storage depot trying to find that black chip. But we are ready to move on to Satoru Marsh, which I could actually complete here, which I might actually do, even though we're going to spend a lot more time in Satoru Marsh. Alright, first up, we have the blue turnip. I only need 1. If you are short, the Statue Summit and Basin Cave are your best spots for that. We have not been to either one of those spots, though. Just know that they're best found at the end of Satoru Marsh. That's the best that I can tell you, since we have not actually been there yet. But that's the best spot, as you can see, still pretty common. Blue's not the most appetizing color, but 1 bite and you're hooked. Now, I brought this up in real life many times and people looked at me like I was crazy. There are no blue colors in food. There's no blue. People point out blueberries, but those are purple. You know it. There's no, like, blue. And it's not the most appetizing color because there's nothing that we eat that's blue. Whatever, I'm moving on. All right, cute parsnips. I only need 1 of these. They're actually a really good gift, so you want to hold on to them. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to need 22 of them, because I only need the 1. But if you are short, you can trade these with Zazadan, who's in the No Pond Refuge. Remember the guy that was in that room with the red orbs that were on fire, or whatever, they were glowing, and we had to do like 5 quests in a row for him? That's the guy. He'll trade the cute parsnips, but as you can see, we got plenty. Pleasing to the eye and very sweet. Some folk plant it for decoration. Next up is the poisonous gourd. I need 5 of these. I only have 2. Unfortunately, they don't have a good trade for them. I can't even find a trade, so, well, not a good trade. So the best spot for these, and I'm probably going to have to run around and find them, is the center of the poison swamp and the dark swamp, which we didn't spend too much time in, but that's where you can find them. And that's probably why I don't have too many. I'm going to plop it down anyway. Eating it raw saps energy fast. Cook it to make a bitter condiment. Then we have humming cabbages. Remember I said that anything humming or rumbling was probably going to be important. We need 3 of these. I have 20. These are actually a really good gift for Rhine as well, but I only need 3, so I'm going to drop 1 here. And we've completed the category for vegetables, and we get some Nopal gear. The helmet, that should be good. Humming cabbage. Eating it makes you want to spontaneously start singing. Interesting. Then we have the sunflower rogue. I only need 1. They're around Crown Tree, so I bet I have quite a few. I have 12. Like I said, around Crown Tree is your best spot, and I did some farming there, so I got plenty. You only need the 1, though. Only blooms in the wild, withers the moment it's plucked. And I plucked 12 of them. So, hooray for me. Merry Coronations. Once again, I only need 1. I have 8. If you are short, though, Bakoko in the No Pond Merchant Camp on Bionis's leg sells them at 2-star affinity. But we're going to just plop the one that I have down. That's the only one I need. Sways joyfully, even when there's no wind. A perfect ornamental plant. Then we have the Ether Rose. This is one that I'm going to need 6 of, but I have 23. If you are short on Ether Roses, Olga will actually trade them here in Colony 6, but only when you have 3-star affinity. So it's going to take a little bit before you get that, but as you can see, they're quite common. So if you're looking for them, just run around anywhere where I said you could get a wool rock or a feather leaf, and you're bound to find some. That's the only reason that I have so many. The white petals are lovely to look at, but its stench keeps creatures away. Next up, we have the Orb Daisy. I only need 1 of these. I have 28. I have so many of these from my off-screen looking for wool rocks and feather leaves. If you cannot find one, though, Bakoko will trade for these at 3-star affinity, which is a little difficult to get on Bionis' leg, but that is where it is. So 3-star affinity, No Pun Merchant Camp, Bakoko, Bionis' leg. Let's just drop the one that I need, though. This black-petaled flower is widely known for its medicinal properties. And then finally, for flowers, we have the Forget-You-Nots. We need 3 of these. Once again, these are a little difficult to find. They only spawn at night, from what I understand, or at least they're more likely to show up at night. Once again, the end of Satoral Marsh, where we have not been. There's a cave up there, and then the top of the statues. Well, we'll get up there, but that's the best spot for them. But we only need 3. I have 6. Let's drop it down. We completed the flower category, and we get some jungle shoes. That will probably work out very well. The Forget-You-Not, a flower of celebration used at weddings, a symbol of constancy. Next up, we have animals, which apparently we have plenty of. Let's drop the Chimera Rabbit. I only need 1. I have 17. These, once again, are a really good gift for a character we don't have, so you might want to hold on to these, but you only need 1. The best spot for these is apparently anywhere, but what I have on my notes is, once again, towards the end of Satoral Marsh, including the area where we have not been with the really high-level enemies, the Gogols and stuff like that. They're up there, too, but apparently they're not too difficult to find. A rabbit with a mousy face, very furry and eminently huggable. Oh, that's cute. Next up, we have a Venom Platypus, which scares the crap out of me, but we only need 1. They're best found at the same spot as the Poisonous Gourds, the center of the Poison and Dark Swamp. But you only need 1. I have 9, and we're going to drop this one. A Blackford Venomous Platypus happily swims in poisoned swamps. They do swim, I forget that. Next up, we have the Humming Cat. I only need 3. I have 10. This is going to be a common theme with Satoral Marsh. The hardest things to find were the things I tried to get the earliest. If you don't have enough of these, the No Pun Merchant Camp, Kacha will trade these. Actually, I think Bakoko is at the No Pun Merchant Camp. What am I talking about? I kept on saying Bionis' leg. He's in Satoral Marsh. I was thinking the Traveler's Rest, but no. Let me look at my notes here. So if you're looking for the Merry Coronation or the Orb Daisy, and you need to trade those with Bakoko, he's at the No Pun Merchant Camp in Satoral Marsh. Not Bionis' leg. Satoral Marsh. All right, Humming Cat. I only need 3. Let's drop this down because I have 10, and Kacha will trade these if you have 2-star affinity in the region. And we've completed the animal category, earning ourselves Lock-On Resist 2. That'll be sold. But the Humming Cat, a cat with hot mottled red paw pads, it meows in pleasing harmonies. Okay. Then we have a Mist Tree. I only need 1 of these. They're best found around Crown Tree. I have 12. A form of timber unique to Satoral. It's rough, so it needs to be sanded. It's like a whole tree? Couldn't said like mist log, something like that. All right, lemon stones. I need 6 of these, but I think I found a ton while roaming around. Yeah, I have 17 of them. But if you are short, Kasha, once again, No Pun Merchant Camp and Satoral Marsh will trade them at 1-star affinity, so they're very easy to find, very easy to obtain. Let's drop that down. If you break it, a golden liquid with a delicate lemon taste comes out. Who tastes it? Feather leaves. Oh, I've gone over this. What my notes say, honestly, is wetlands at night only. That's the best I can tell you, but we've gone over this more in detail before. I still have 3 to spare. I've used all the ones that I needed. In total, you'll need 5 feather leaves, but this will put me up to, I believe, 7, so I have more than enough. We've used all the ones that we need to. Feather leaf, a furry leaf from which they make bedclothes. Then we have the waterlog. You only need 1. They're in the same spot as the feather leaves and the wool rocks, so I probably have a ton. I have 27 of them. I only need the 1, and they're not even a particularly useful gift, but we will be using them, I'm sure. Waterlog, a black log that's constantly damp, as if it has been soaked in water. Then we have the wool rock. We went over this once before. Once again, my notes just say wetlands, probably at night. I have 2 to spare, so we'll drop the 1 that I know needs to go here. And we complete the nature category, earning ourselves some nopal gauntlets. But wool rock, a rock covered in black fur. It can be shorn to make blankets. Then we have blue gear shard. I only need 1 of these. They're found around crown tree, so chances are I have a ton of them. I have 10. Not as many as I thought, but you only need the 1. They're kind of rare. Let's go ahead and plop that down. Sharp shard. Somebody could have their eye out with that. Then we have a rumble part. Once again, rumble, so I need 3 of these. I have noticed that if you're short on these, check the wiki. But the best spot that I have is the end of Satoral Marsh. I have 6. The grinding for collectibles is really paying off here. Let's plop that down and we'll complete the parts category. Get a strength up 2. That could be quite nice. Rumble part, a white part that beats a constant rhythm. Puts you in a singing mood. Then we have the final category here, strange. First up, we have the Pauper's Cup. You only need 1 of these. Best around Crown Tree, but if you're really struggling, check the wiki. They have some detailed spots where that can be. But I have 13 of them because I did some grinding around the Crown Tree, so worked out well. These are actually really, really good gifts for Shulk, so you'll want to hold on to the Pauper's Cups. Dunban fretted over what to call this, an overly tiny cup of obscure usage. Okay, then we have a Happy Carnival. I only need 1 of these. I have 10. If you're short, there's a character that we will find later on that trades these. I'll try to go over that later, but that's the best place to get them, is in an area that we have not been to yet. But the Happy Carnival, you only need 1. I have 10. They're quite easy for me to find. Ryan was laughing as he named this weird liquid that chimes when stirred. Okay. Then we have the Dawn Dice. Once again, these are found around Crown Tree, so I bet I have quite a few of them. You only need 1. I only have 3. I was hoping for more, to be honest with you, but I only need the 1. Let's go ahead and plop that down. Like I said, Crown Tree. We have completed the strange category, earning ourselves haste 2. Could be quite nice, depending on the numbers. And the area is complete, so we get a panther top for our efforts. That's probably going to be quite nice. All right, Dawn Dice. Ryan named this while daydreaming. Pretty dice made of red stone. Could be quite nice. The last area that we have is this other. These, as I've said, are all only found by trading. We'll go over that at some point. And I think that's almost everything here. It's almost everything. So we still have Colony 6 to deal with. That's the anemone, isn't it? Yeah, that's going to be something that we trade for later. But we could find it. We could just find it. Chances are not good at that. I'll just wait till I can trade for it. And then the ether mine, I do want to get that last one there. We'll have to run around for that. I'll just go ahead and get that off screen, and then we'll move on, because that's it. That's all I really wanted to find. We do want to try to complete these things, though. But we got some things done. I'm going to run around the ether mine looking for a black chip in the storage depot. I'll meet you when I find one. Are you kidding me? As soon as I show up, I didn't even need to cut that out. I'm going to because I didn't say anything, but I warped here to the mining base, ran over here, and found the damn black chip. Right away. Let's go ahead and drop it. Like I said, you only need the one, and there's where you can find it. We've completed the category, getting ourselves Topple Up 2. We've completed the area, getting ourselves a Rayon Pike. Black chip, a black chip with residual charge. Unfortunately, the wiring is busted. All right, we're done. That didn't take nearly as long as I thought it would. Let's warp back to the reconstruction headquarters because I want to deal with affinity now. There are some heart-to-hearts that have opened up for us. I know one I can get to right away, but I want to get everybody's affinity up to where it needs to be before I move out. So, what I know I can do is Shulk and Sharla. I want to get their green one. I can get that done now, but I can also get their purple. So I want to try to get that one. That's actually the one that we saw right there in the mining base where I just was. So I'm going to try to level that up to purple. That takes a little bit of work, but I can do that. I also know that I can get Shulk and Dunban at green. I have access to that one. Technically, I also have access to the purple flower one, but I'm not entirely sure we're going to be able to get that to happen today. That one might take a little bit more work. On top of that, I do know that I can actually do the purple flower between Ryan and Sharla. That's also probably not going to happen today. We do have access to that, though. But getting them up to purple is going to take a little bit of time, and I'm not sure that the gifts that I'm going to have are going to do enough here. Ryan and Dunban, I want to get their green done. I have access to that. I believe that I have access to their purple as well, but once again, probably not going to happen. After that, I think it's just Sharla and Dunban I do not have access to. I don't have access to those yet. So those are the ones that I have access to. I'm going to try to get as much affinity as I can, see what I can do to make those work, and we'll witness those heart-to-hearts. I want to try to get those as early as I can because they don't talk about plot in those, because that's one of the reasons we didn't have access to one just yet. Until now, because of plot. So let me work on gifting, and I'll be back. I'll go over what I traded when I'm done. Or not traded, gifted. I know what I'm talking about. At least that makes one of us. Okay, I did quite a bit of work gifting off screen. I ended up stopping probably a little bit short of where I wanted, but at least we have something. I have gotten the affinity up to green for everybody with Dunban. Even though we can't really do anything with Sharla just yet, and I do want her to get up to purple with Shulk and Ryan. I think that will happen kind of naturally, so I don't want to push that too hard, but at least Dunban is up to green. And when you see how much I gave away, you'll probably understand why I stopped there. That seems good enough for me. What I gave away to Shulk are all my blue chains. To Sharla, I gave away all my dawn hydrangeas, black kiwis, night tulips, red lettuces, and Mary coronations. To Dunban, I gave away all my white beetles, prairie dragonflies, confusion ivy, peon stones, lemon stones, and black beetles. And to Ryan, I gave away all the clarity moss, shin newts, light bats, and black frogs. we're going to move on. That is a lot of stuff that I give away. That was mostly cheap stuff. I went from the cheapest to the most expensive, and that's how I figured it out. We are going to need to change the party a little bit for this. We will put Shulk back into the lead. He still has the most experience out of everybody, even though he has not been in the party for a little bit. Our first destination is a place, like I said, we have already been. We actually want to go to Bionis' leg for this one. And we have seen this heart-to-heart before. Even though we had the party members and probably the affinity, they would not let us look at it just yet. We needed to go through the ether mine. Until we went through the ether mine, let's pick up more collectibles since I gave away all of them. Until we went through the ether mine, they would not let you look at this. So, you good? You good over there? All right, let me drop a save, because now we can look at this heart-to-heart, what visions may bring. But I do want to say first, for this one, we are going to need green affinity between Shulk and Sharla, which we do have, and once again, you have to have gone through the ether mine, what visions may bring. Hey Shulk, what's it like being able to see the future? It's kind of hard to explain. If I had to describe it, it's like I'm being made to watch a dream. A dream, huh? That's one strange power. Tell me, Sharla, what do you think of my power? Now we do have two options. Once again, we're going to start with the worst option, which is pretty obvious here. I still don't quite believe it. What? All this time and you still don't believe me? No, that's not what I meant at all. What did you mean then? It's just such an unbelievable thing. Even as I think about it now, I can't fathom how you can do it. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Actually, I kind of feel the same way. Maybe I'll never understand it. Charlotte, if you could have one vision of the future, what would you want to see? Let's see, we have Juju getting married, and how Colony 6 turns out. This one's a little less obvious, but the very personal one is the worst option here. So Juju getting married. That's what you want to see? Hey, it's my vision and it can be anything I want. Don't you have any brothers or sisters you want to know about? No, I'm an only child. Then you don't know how much I worry about little Juju. If Juju ends up with the wrong girl, I'll be devastated. Oh, I didn't think of that. I'm sorry, that sounds important. I'm very protective of him. Not long after we were born, we lost both our parents. I became like a mother to him. I'm slightly jealous of Juju. I wish I had someone like you looking out for me. And that is the worst possible outcome there, so we should get the achievement again in 10 pitiful experience that we are not going to accept. I'll meet you at one of the neutral ones. What visions may bring, let's do one of the neutral ones. Hey Shulk, what's it like being able to see the future? It's kind of hard to explain. If I had to describe it, it's like I'm being made to watch a dream. A dream, huh? That's one strange power. Tell me, Charla, what do you think of my power? We're still gonna go with the worst option to start here. I still don't quite believe it. What? All this time and you still don't believe me? Even though he's taking it the wrong way. It's pretty obviously the worst response there. No, that's not what I meant at all. What did you mean then? It's just such an unbelievable thing. Even as I think about it now, I can't fathom how you can do it. Oh, I see what you're saying now. Actually, I kind of feel the same way. Maybe I'll never understand it. Charlotte, if you could have one vision of the future, what would you want to see? How Colony 6 turns out? I can't stop wondering about the day the colony is back to normal. It used to be a fun, bustling place. That's the home I remember, and I want it back the way it was. Charla, And not just that. I wonder about who's going to be by my side, enjoying it with me. Charla, what were you going to say? Nothing. The point is, I might not have your power, but I'm gonna get my home back. And I'll be there to help you. We'll fix it together. We will be fixing it together. It's gonna require everybody's help for this one. What visions may bring. Neutral number 2. Hey Shulk, what's it like being able to see the future? It's kinda hard to explain. If I had to describe it, it's like I'm being made to watch a dream. A dream, huh? That's one strange power. Tell me, Charlotte, what do you think of my power? I wish I had it. If I had your power, maybe I could have saved Colony 6. I can see why that would mean a lot to you. You might have even been able to save Gaddle. Yeah, but honestly, the more I think about it, the more I realize none of this could have been helped. And your power kept Juju safe. I'll always be grateful for that. Yeah, that was a close one. I'm glad we got to him in time. Otherwise, there could have been a future where Juju didn't make it. Thank goodness for your visions. If you have a vision, it means there's nothing to fear, or you can save someone's life. Once again, it seems a little obvious here, but we're gonna go with there's nothing to fear. But it doesn't work like that. Some things I can't see. Even if I do see someone dying, I might not be able to stop it. I couldn't stop what happened to Fiora. No, I suppose not. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories. I could see it just as it was about to happen. But I was still powerless to save her. I guess I misunderstood. What do you mean? The ability to have these visions. It's not without its consequences. It means you can help people, but it's a heavy burden as well. Yeah. Thank you, Charla. I feel better from talking to you. I can't see the future, but I'm good at solving problems I can see. Talk to me about anything, anytime. Well, I'm trying to get that affinity up so we can, but for the time being, let's do this the, let's say, right way. What visions may bring. Hey Shulk, what's it like being able to see the future? It's kinda hard to explain. If I had to describe it, it's like I'm being made to watch a dream. A dream, huh? That's one strange power. Tell me, Charlotte, what do you think of my power? I wish I had it. If I had your power, maybe I could have saved Colony 6. I can see why that would mean a lot to you. You might have even been able to save Gaddle. Yeah, but honestly, the more I think about it, the more I realize none of this could have been helped. And your power kept Juju safe. I'll always be grateful for that. Yeah, that was a close one. I'm glad we got to him in time. Otherwise, there could have been a future where Juju didn't make it. Thank goodness for your visions. If you have a vision, it means you can save someone's life. I feel like a stronger person when I'm around you. It's kind of you to say. Thank you, Charlotte. But what is it? I can't see everything. Sometimes the visions are quite hazy. And even when I've seen the future, I can't always change it. Are you talking about what happened to Fiora? Yeah. I'm also worried about what's going to happen to Bionis. I've hardly been able to see anything. If only my power wasn't so limited. Don't be so hard on yourself. You've saved us how many times now? Yeah, I guess I have. Thanks, Charla. I still wish I could master my power a bit better. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know. I'll support you all the way. And now we have actually completed it the right way. Let's see and hope and pray that's enough to give us the next level of affinity between the two of them. But I doubt it. It did! Ooh. Do I want to take care of that first? That's the next question. I think I do. I think I want to go ahead and take care of that. So let's head back to the mining base in the Ether Mine. That worked out very well. I did not anticipate that happening. figured it wouldn't. But the mining base in the ether mine, the first time that you come here, you can actually get this. So you could technically, I believe, get the purple flower affinity before you get the green affinity heart to heart, at least. So let me drop a save, and then we will reposition the camera so we can see things, and we will see the next heart to heart between these two characters.